To everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, where did we stop last class?
Ma'am, intonation.
Intonation. Okay.
Intonation.
Yes, intonation. We were looking at intonation. We did dialogue practice. We did conversation practice, etc. for practicing intonation. Right?
Right,
Okay.
ma'am.
So, we are going to look at something new today. Okay. So, have you ever noticed that when we speak faster? Yes? Our
No.
spoken language is faster, and so sometimes we omit some words or omit some letters when we are speaking. Yes?
Yes.
If I give you something in writing, you will be able to read, but if I say the same thing, if I am saying it to you, you find it difficult to understand what I am saying. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So, we are going to look at something called connected speech today. Yes? We are going to look at connected speech. Right?
Connected speech.
Okay.
Please.
Connected speech. Ryan, can you read this?
What's your name?
Hmm? Who has not John?
What?
John, please mute your audio, John. Yes. Ryan, what was it? Can you read it again, Ryan?
What's your name?
Yes, what's her name? So, is that correct? Is that the correct way of writing what's her name?
No, ma'am.
No.
ma'am.
Okay,
No.
so when I say what's her name, you understand that I'm asking what is her name, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I write what is her name, it is like this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is her name? This is how I will write, but when I am saying, I will not go word by word, what is her name? I will be faster, what's her name? Got it?
Got it.
So here I am connecting words to make it easy for me, and that is called connected speech. Okay? It is called connected speech. Now I have connected what and is and her name, etc., and made it easier for me to say what's her name than say what is her name. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is what we are going to look at. We are going to look at connected speech. Okay, some are just joining. We are going to look at connected speech, how to connect speech, and what are the different types of connected speech. Okay? Okay. So by understanding what is connected speech, we will be able to uh, understand native speakers better, and we will also be able to improve our own conversation skills. Yes, all of us want to sound like the Britishers and how the Americans speak English, right?
Right.
We all want to sound like that. So we have to know how they speak, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So connected speech is nothing, it's nothing complicated. It is just words flowing together to make it sound more fluent and natural. Okay. Now we can have different ways of connected speech, different ways of having connected speech, and in that we have 4 different sections. One is sounds linking, sounds disappearing, sounds joining together, and sounds changing. 4 different types: sounds linking, sounds disappearing, sounds changing, and sounds joining together. So we will look at each of them with examples so you will understand what it is. Okay? So we will look at sounds linking first. So before I go on to sounds linking, do you remember when we were learning vowel sounds? When we were learning vowel sounds, long vowel, short vowel sounds, I said there is one sound which is the most common sound in English.
And schwa sound.
Very good. Excellent. The schwa sound is the most common sound in English. Okay. So one way of sound linking is the schwa sound. I will show you an example. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Is it difficult?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So with an example, I will show you how the schwa sound can make a word easier for us to say. Advait, what is this?
Ma'am.
Man.
Postman.
Okay. So, now Advait, see this, okay? Now, if I say, I met the postman, okay? Is that more fluent or I met the postman?
First one.
First one,
Yes.
I met the postman,
I met the postman.
which is
Second one.
which
Second
is
one.
which is
Second
simpler. What? Wait. We are looking at making our speech easy. Okay. So, if is it easy for me to say postman, or is it easy for me to say postman? Which takes more effort?
Second one. Postman.
First one, right? The first one, I have to put more effort.
First one. Yeah.
Yes, I have to say postman. I have to think in mind that when I'm saying my mouth has to open, so it is postman. Yes, but if I add a schwa sound here
Postman.
instead of,
Postman.
yes, instead of saying postman, in place of a, I put the schwa sound. What is the schwa sound? A. If I put a schwa sound there, it's an inverted E, right? So it will be postman. Postman.
Postman.
Postman.
Postman. Postman.
Okay. If you notice, if you have heard the English movies or cartoons or documentaries, the a is very less. They use the a sounds very less. It's a. Okay, it's more controlled for them. Hmm?
Yes.
What is your name? They will not ask. What's your name?
What's your name?
Okay.
Accent cleared. What's your name?
Yes. Right. So the first way of linking sound is using the schwa sound. Okay. Most common sound in English is called schwa. If you get the sound correct, this is a really good way of making your pronunciation more accurate and natural. Okay. So if you listen to the schwa sound, it's a sound. It's the a sound. Now look at the example. The example is the same as I gave you. A has its sound completely in man, but if you use it in postman, it does not have the complete sound. It has a schwa sound. Okay. Another way of linking. Okay. If you remember, we did this in stress. Okay. Supposing I say, yes, Meenakshi, what is it?
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute, I'll share the board again. Yes, Meenakshi, can you read this?
Fish and chips.
Hmm.
Bread and butter.
Okay, okay. Now, is this, I'm going to link the words by simplifying it, okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
Now read it, Meenakshi.
Fish and chips.
Now read this.
Bread and butter.
Yes. So instead of saying bread and butter, bread and butter. Fish and chips. In. We just say in instead of saying and. Okay? Just repeat for yourself. If you say bread and butter instead of saying bread and butter, which sounds more natural?
First one.
Bread and butter? Yes?
Bread and butter.
Yes. Doesn't that sound more like the English, more like the Britishers or the English people speaking?
and butter.
Yes,
Bread
than
and
saying
butter.
bread and butter, fish and chips. So it's fish and chips,
Fish and chips.
bread and butter. Ultimately, the person hearing understands it's fish and chips, it's bread and butter. But I just don't have to say the entire A and D. I can just stop it with N. Fish and chips, bread and butter. Okay? Got it? Yes. Another example of linking. So the first one that we saw is schwa sound. Okay? We were looking at linking. In that first we saw schwa, then we saw how and can become n. Now look at off. The word off. Okay, we are going to look at the word of.
Of.
Sarah,
Yes, ma'am.
read.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Okay? Now read this, Sarah.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Right?
Cup of tea.
Cup of
Yes.
tea. Cup of tea. Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Okay? So somebody hearing it, it is still cup of tea. But what am I saying? Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Cup of tea. Another word which we can do is if
Cup of
I
tea.
say, yes. If I ask Ryan, Ryan, why didn't you come to school? So he says, I couldn't come to school because of fever. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
He says, I couldn't come to school because of fever. So I can simplify this. Now read this, Ryan.
Yes, ma'am.
Read it.
Because
Because of. I
because of
couldn't come to school because of fever. Because of fever.
because of fear.
It still sounds because of fever, but you are saying because of. Okay? Are you all able to understand?
Yes. Yes. It's not
Then why am I not getting a response? Because of fever.
because of fever.
Yes.
What
Now
fever?
another word. I will show you another word.
Come on.
Okay? I am going to school.
School.
Okay? Nia, read it.
To school. To school. I am going to school.
Okay.
I'm going to school.
Wait.
I'm going to school.
Now read it, Nia.
I'm going to school.
I still heard it as I'm going to school. Right?
I'm going to school. Yes, ma'am.
Instead of saying to, we'll just say to. I'm going to school. I'm going to the market.
I'm going to the market.
To. We will not say to, we will say to.
I'm going to the school. I'm
I'm
going to the
to the school. I'm going to the school. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to meet my friend. I'm going to the market.
I want
We don't need to say to, we will say to.
you all silent, ma'am.
Yes. But when we are listening or when I'm hearing, I can still understand you said I am going to school. Okay? Now I will show you one more thing. Advait, can you read this?
Yes, ma'am. Let's go for a drive.
Louder.
Let's go for a drive.
Read the entire word.
Go.
After that,
For.
you can only see go and for. You cannot see anything in between that.
Let. Ma'am, T. T.
T, only T.
O-M-T. Go out.
What about this?
Go out for a drive. Ma'am, I tell O-N-T. Ma'am, I tell O-N-T.
Can you read it?
Go.
Let's
Let's go.
go out for a drive.
Let's go for a drive.
Yes? Let's go out for a drive.
Let's go for a ride. Let's go for
I have not written it as let's go out for a drive. Instead, I joined these words and I put a W there. Go out. Let's go out for a drive.
Let's go for a ride.
Yes?
Let's go for a ride. Yes, ma'am.
Let's go out for a drive. Okay?
Let's go for a ride.
Yeah, look at this. So I told you about the N, and I told you about the Th, and I told you about the V. Now let's look at the next one. Here, yes. Focus. Okay, here. Okay, so the W, can you hear a W sound when we say go out?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Yes? When two words sometimes join, there is an other additional sound in between. Go out. So let's go out for a drive.
Wow.
Or another one. Do it.
Do it.
We hear it as D-O-W-I-T. Do it. Right?
Do it. Yes. Do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yes.
Do it. Do it.
Now there is another thing that I want to show you. Okay.
Laundry.
Now look at this. Okay, here. When we say noventry, again you can hear a W sound. Noventry.
When.
Yes, noventry. This is a noventry zone. I can hear a W there in between O and E. Noventry.
Laundry.
Yes.
Laundry.
Another one. Look at this. When we say yes I am, we hear it as yes I am. Yes, you hear the Y there.
Yes.
Yes. So certain places, this is how, in some places, this is how we link the words. We add a W or a Y, etc. or a V.
Ma'am, I cannot see the board.
Please check your connection. Okay, there is also a linking Y sound that can be heard in some transitions. That is I am, I am, I am, here.
I am. I am.
Yes? Or when a word ends in I or E, we can hear a Y sound. Yes? I am. I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Now there is another word I want to show you. If I say, please switch off the light before you go to sleep, what did you hear?
Please off the light.
Please switch off the light before you go to sleep.
Please switch off the light.
Yes. You heard it as please switch off the light. Yes. Okay. But I didn't say switch off. I said
Please stop.
I said, I said this.
Please stop the light.
Okay, if you say please switch off the light, it still sounds like please switch off the light.
Please stop the light. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
please switch off the light. When I say
Please
it,
stop the light.
when I say it faster, it's please switch off the light.
Please stop the light.
Okay, now you read this word. Read this word, okay?
I like ice cream. I like ice cream.
Okay? Wait. Now, what have I written? What have I written? Ice cream. Yes? Can you all please mute your audios? I don't like this screaming. I have written I scream. I did not write ice cream.
Ice cream.
Okay? So the difference here is, yes, when I say the word, yes, Nia.
But them look familiar.
Hmm?
But they sound familiar.
Exactly. That is what I'm trying to say. When I say the word ice cream, it is easier for me to say this ice cream, right? Then say ice cream. Isn't this easier? Yes? That's what I am saying. That's what I am saying. Sometimes we modify our spoken words to make it simpler. Okay? It is easier for me to say I like ice cream than say I like ice cream. Got it? Okay, so connected speech is as simple as that. It is making speech simpler for us by removing sounds or by adding sounds or by changing some sounds in between. That is all connected speech is about. We are just looking at the different types of connected speech. Okay, so what we did today, is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next time you get a sentence with the of or the and or with the to, try using these techniques.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes? So,
Yes.
another thing I want to tell you is please do not purposely use all this. If you purposely use this, it will sound very artificial. So, next time, keep practicing, then it will become part of our speech. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, no confusions?
No confusion.
Class, when I ask you what are the different types of linking we did today, will you be able to recollect and tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay, very good. Thank you. So I shall wind up here for today.
Thank you.
Yes. Aradhya, absent. Arav, present. Hadi, present. Abdul Nehan, absent. Adidev, Aditi, Advait. Whose audio is John? Azim, please mute your audios. Aldrin, Ashwell, Ayush, Meenakshi, Dev, Devna, Diol, Darshit, Diya, Durga, Ehan. Ehan is present? Yes. Okay. Heaven present. Joachim. I didn't see Joachim. Absent. Okay. Joda, John, Joanita. Yes. Madhav.
Listen, ma'am.
Okay. Medha, Ilham. Wazim? I didn't see Wazim today. Wazim is absent. Okay. Nia, Paul, absent. Ryan, Rishikesh. Rishikesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Santino, Sarah, Srinanda, Srived, Vaiga. Yes. William Charles, I saw him. Zishan is absent. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye bye.